You're watching Prairie Wolves football on the Nebraska Wesleyan University Sports Network.
Welcome back to Able Stadium. 34-7 Nebraska Wesleyan ahead of Hastings to begin the second half of action. Third quarter about to kick off here in a moment, but let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Round of the Prairie Wolves. Francis. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska. And that's the most recent score there on that touchdown pass from Tyler Francis to Nolan Clausen. And it is 34-7 Nebraska Wesleyan. To begin the second half, Jeff Moats, Lucas Mormon with you on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network. There you see the first half stats. Time of possession, a big difference. How about the total yards, Lucas? 281 to 194, and Hastings is down 34-7.
Well, you just look at the plays ran, 44 for Hastings, and a lot of that's because of the special team miscues of Hastings and the turnovers. Only listed as one in there, which is accurate, but you just look at the blocked field goal, those type of situations, the blocked punt, it all adds up, and it led to some easy short fields for the Prairie Wolves.
And Weidel will return it from the end zone. And he is tackled around the 24-yard line, but we got flags on the field.
And that was one thing in the first half. Nebraska Wesleyan, when you look at penalties, they did only had 3, and 2 of them were spiking the football.
So Weidl's return is to the 24, but again, penalty flags on the field. Let's find out.
During the return, holding on the return team, number 40, 10-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down, Nebraska Wesleyan.
So that would be Brandon McGill, who is called for the holding, the sophomore out of Waverly. And the ball will be placed at the Prairie Wolf 14-yard line. So Francis under center now. Bryant the lone setback, and now Lovell, the fullback, is in motion out of the slot. And here is Bryant, breaks a tackle, breaks another one, breaks free. Down the far side and gets up to midfield, and he is going to be tackled just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. What a pickup for Dustin Bryant.
Well, and you see as he comes off there, a little hitch in his giddy-up, but he's gotten through it today, makes 2 men miss. Then gets to the outside, foot race, tracked down from behind by Gilden again, making the play for Hastings, and a big gainer after the penalty on the return started them deep in their own territory.
So from the 49, in Hastings territory, Francis, here's Jones around left side. Gets the first down. He is forced out of bounds into the Hastings sideline. They'll mark him at about the 37-yard line in Hastings territory. And then another good pickup. We had one from Bryant, now one from Jones.
Good to see Jones with that little plant step where he makes that hard plant and cuts, then he explodes. He's making a couple people miss with that same move. One got him down near the end zone last time, and there on the outside, he just planted that foot, changed directions, erupted for a little bit of speed, and a first down.
Gibson and Larson are the receivers near side, but Larson in motion. Here's Jones again on the toss. And Hastings at the point of attack, making the stop.
Not a lot going on there for
Alex Gilden on the stop that time for Hastings. We've mentioned him a few times today.
Again, Warren up front, though, got in the backfield to kind of disrupt things. That front of Hastings at time has got some penetration. And they've gambled with some blitzes here and there. Looks like they're going to sit back this time.
Francis, and it's intercepted. It is picked and taken down the near side of the field by Groffel, and a fumble on the play, and Nebraska Wesleyan may have recovered the ball.
Well, and the line judge and the field judge are going to talk it over here, trying to decide if the football, if he was down by contact.
Well, Byerly made the stop.
Well, and here's the interception. The linebacker who just sat underneath read it perfectly. And then let's take a look here. That ball was out.
Yeah.
The ground did not cause that fumble one bit.
But it's a matter of who got the ball back.
Well,
and
they don't have the benefit of what we're looking at right here. I mean, if you look at who got it back, take another look, different angle. Ball was clearly out. And Wesleyan had the football. Now they can see the big screen, but they don't have the benefit of it.
Well, the Wesleyan
the
defense
field is that of a fumble and a joint recovery belonging to the team last possession of the football. First down, Hastings College.
So they explain it here. It was a fumble, and then they call it a joint recovery. As you take a look who recovers, it looked like Bryant had it, and then at the last minute, jumping in and able to get his hands on it.
I'm not too sure if it would have been Wesleyan ball that point if Bryant got the ball back.
He was on his back. It looked like he would have been down.
The pass goes incomplete on the far side.
Great work by our cameraman to get those angles, but yeah, I think I agree with you, Jeff, that if that was ruled a fumble, I think that Bryant had possession and was probably down. He was on his back.
Even though it was down and it was a loose ball and he got the ball.
And he was on his back, so once he had possession, and technically I guess he would be down. Now we had the benefit of slow motion, but there's a pass to the outside.
And it's Curley with the catch at the 31. He's tackled by Taylor Gunther at the 31. And they'll give him forward progress to the 30.
Good job by Gunther to keep him just short of that first down.
Gunther, a senior out of Waverly. Seen him develop as a player the last couple of years. Here is Fowler on a carry this time and a handoff from Overmiller.
Falls forward for the first down.
Yep, tripped up by Tukolsky. So we'll mark the ball from the 27 of Nebraska Wesleyan. And it's only 34-7. Yeah, you say it's only 34-7, and Wesleyan's got a cushy lead at this point, but Hastings is capable of pulling out a few surprises.
Well, they've been, I mean, if you just look at those halftime stats, they've been functioning at a high level on offense.
Overmiller's pass goes incomplete on the far side, and the thing about that is they've put up some good numbers. The problem that they've had is that they can't finish.
Yeah, and when they've stalled out drives, had a chance for a field goal, had a chance, or just had to punt the one drive, that's when the disasters have occurred on special teams. Now they're taking advantage of a miscue by Nebraska Wesleyan, interception. If they can turn the tables a little bit on a few Nebraska Wesleyan miscues, they'll be right back in this ballgame.
Fowler goes in motion, fake toss, and here is Overmiller's pass. And Wallman, did he make the catch? Yeah, they're going to mark him down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line of Nebraska Wesleyan, so it will be first and goal.
That's a nice throw by Overmiller. Puts it where only his man is going to get it, towards the sideline. It's either Wallman or no one. Good sliding catch by Wallman.
So from the 8, first and goal. And it is a handoff, and flags come out as Fowler gets the carry for Hastings. But again, penalty flags on the field.
Ball carried by Jake Fowler, swallowed up by number 50, Corey Kundal.
Kundal was in there on the tackle.
Personal foul, hands to the face on the offense, number 50. 15-yard penalty, replay first down.
And it's stuff like that that Tanner Paxton, who was whistled for that penalty. It's stuff like that that's happened today that just takes the air out for Hastings.
6 penalties for 48 yards, tacked on another one there, so now you're at 7 for 58. And of those 7, about 5 of them have just been at unopportune times. You're on the move, then all of a sudden you have 1st and 20, or you have 1st and 2nd and 15 after a hold. There's a little razzle-dazzle.
Sweep play here to the left side, and Knight with the carry. Huvendick with the tackle. Got some help from Eric Richards over here on the near side. So it'll be 2nd and long, actually 2nd and goal from the 20.
Has made a couple nice fills in the run that time, and Knight had that big carry early, earlier in the game. Had the 24-yarder on a similar play where he put his foot down and then he just was shot out of a cannon.
Overmiller here on 2nd down. Pass is caught, and it's close to the 7-yard line. Reception made by Michael Schumacher. And so 3rd and goal coming up.
When Overmiller has some time, he's been very accurate with his throws. Now, Nebraska Wesleyan's got pressure most of the afternoon. That time, they did not. And he found his target, settled down in the zone there. Now, still 3rd and goal. Remember, after that penalty backed him way up.
So we're at the 7. Fowler gets the toss. And the defense crunches him short of the 5 at the 6-yard line. Huvendick over there too. And this is a kid that in his 2nd ever start last week against Midland had 11 total tackles and 1.5 tackles for loss.
He came back that time, forced him back inside. Initially it looked like there was going to be some room.
And now a field goal attempt. This will be from the 13, a 23-yard attempt. Here's the kick. It is up, and it is no good from Owen Hickey.
To the right.
So just under 10 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. The drive stalls, and a field goal attempt from 23 yards out goes wide to the right.
Well, and the special team woes continue for Hastings. They've had a field goal block, the punt block, now a missed field goal. They mishandled a kickoff. They ended up making a decent return out of that. But if their offense, their special teams performed at the level their offense is, they'd be in business. They just have been unable to capitalize on drives.
So here's Francis. It's Weedle who gets the carry. Takes it to the 24, gets a 4-yard gain out of it. So we'll start to see some of the younger guys interchange with some of the veterans here for Wesleyan on offense. We saw that last week. So Weedle had the carry last time. We'll see Bryant come out in that running back spot. In fact, Weedle got a touchdown last week against Midland.
And Bryant, usually the workhorse. He had been in a lot of games, but a little banged up. Give him a few carries off here and there.
Here's Bryant. Out of one tackle, breaks free, gets the first down, has a stiff arm, and finally forced out of bounds at the 36-yard line. So Bryant with the first down and the extra yardage.
He's just such a patient runner. Gets out of there and then sees a block to the outside. Works on a stiff arm, gets the first down, goes out of bounds, doesn't take any punishment.
And you know, that's one kid that they'll miss next year, but you've got some guys like Jones and Weedle who have gotten reps this year, who have scored. They're going to be in that backfield next year.
It's like confusion maybe on that defense for Hastings.
Here's a pitch to Jones around right side. Flag thrown. Got the first down. This may come back, but let's find out what the penalty is.
They overloaded the left side of that defensive. They went an unbalanced line, overloaded it to the left side. The other's the flag, but then they ran away from it. They ran to the wide side of the field, but the short side of the line, and Jones got the
holding
corner.
On the offense, number 64, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay first down.
That's Eric Byerly. Called for the holding penalty.
Little toss play. Didn't get a chance to see the hold there, but Jones getting to the outside. A nice design on the play. Show everyone you're running that left side of the line. You go unbalanced, you go heavy over there, and then bring Jones back on a little toss play. Let him use his speed. Coach Geller and that offensive staff, they do a great job formation-wise and whatnot, getting the right people. Here comes a blitz. And Nebraska Wesleyan ran right into it that time.
Weedle that time, the carrier. And the blitz, too much for that Wesleyan offense in that play.
Garrett Griffith, who came in from a safety spot.
Nolan Clausen
untouched.
Nolan Clausen did all he could to block with that high-powered blitz in that play. So 2nd and long, back at the 25. And Wesleyan needs to get to the 46 to get a first down and keep the drive going.
But you don't have to get it all in one play here. They can get a nice chunk of it back, work on a 3rd down play.
And Bryant with the carry. And Bryant is stuffed and stopped that time. Darren Colquitt, one of the guys that made the stop for Hastings. So a pickup to the 29-yard line for Wesleyan. 3rd and long still. And you got about 15 yards to work with here if you're Wesleyan to try to get the first down.
Haven't called Zump's name today. See if they try and target him a little bit.
And he's been quiet. Lots of time for Francis. Complete on the far side and a big tackle that time. Reception on the play. Mitch Pancoast.
As they did, they stacked the coverage on Zumpf that time as he had to check down to Pancoast. Wesleyan fans, I think, thought maybe there was a face mask, but he steered clear of that. Or a horse collar.
It looked like a horse collar than anything else. Vandenberg's punt, knuckleballer.
It hit a Hastings player.
Hastings player and a quick trip up. Downfield, Aaron Vaney tripped up Clayton Dean, who finally scooped it up and tried to run it.
Well, Clayton Dean, give him credit, very much aware of what was happening there, knew he had to get on that football. Take a look here, right there. It hit
Josh Johnson, I believe it was either Johnson or Hopper.
Johnson, I think.
And
dodged a bullet there. Dean alertly scrambling to that ball and picking it up. He went off a little shaken up.
So it'll be 1st and 10. This is from the 40. In the pocket, Overmiller to the far side flat. Arlt gets the carry and he gets the first down. And boy, he was slipping out of tackles and he finally takes it to the 46 of Nebraska Wesleyan. Good pickup there for Arlt.
Just nothing more than really a long handoff there. Just flare it out in the flat and then let Arlt go to work. Makes one man miss there. Gets Reeves to juke on him and then breaks a tackle, puts his head down, and nice pitch and catch there for Arlt.
Overmiller to Dean at the 40, and Dean will get to the 38.
The offense has really been clicking pretty well for Hastings. 281 yards in that first half.
The execution's there, but
the finish is
it's all about the finish. That's the difference.
And the Nebraska Wesleyan defense has come up with the big play when they needed it. They had an interception late in the first half. They were able to turn them away as they got into what was close to field goal range as the half expired, and then this last time forced the missed field goal.
Overmiller, near side. It is complete around the 25-yard line as Richards makes the tackle on Curley, who made the catch, and he's slow getting up.
Again, when Overmiller has time, he's been very accurate. He was just 9 of 24 in the first half, but he was also hurried 5 times, knocked down a couple. You see Curley shaking up there, maybe his ribs, maybe just the wind knocked out of him.
Out of the pistol, Overmiller in pursuit, throws a pass. It goes incomplete on the far side. Seth Wardeen had coverage on the target downfield, which happened to be Kanan.
There's going to be a hold on this one as well. Right at the end there, as you saw Latimer trying to get away to give pursuit to
Holding
Overmiller.
on the offense, number 65, 10-yard penalty, replay first down.
It's Watchorn who was caught that time, the senior from Ponca for Hastings. As Latimer was just too much to handle one-on-one right at the end of the play there. Really grabbing the jersey. Phil knew what happened. Sometimes that holding penalty is as good as a sack back there.
5 minutes to go, as you see on your screen. And Arlt is taken down by Latimer, and he threw him down.
Well, Latimer, he's been getting close. He's been getting held. He's been getting a few knockdowns. He finally got a chance to come untouched, and he was going to make sure that he got the most of that tackle.
That looked like a WWE move.
It did, Jeff. It did.
I mean, he threw
Someone
him.
missed an assignment up front there, though. I mean, Latimer.
Granted, but
Latimer's
Phil,
a great player, but he came untouched. And that's someone you have to account for.
But Phil Latimer, most times than none, is going to find a way to get into the backfield, whatever it takes. He's going to be there. Second down here. Overmiller, pass is intercepted by Hittner. And Hittner on the return down the far side of the field. And he is going to be ran out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
Well, there it is again, Jeff. That bend, don't break defense in Nebraska Wesleyan today, coming up with a big play. Hittner with the interception to slow the drive again.
So Hittner with the interception, and it's down to the 30 of Hastings with 4:11 to go in the third. There you see Hittner. Good pick.
Nice return, too, after picked up a block right there, got to the outside. Hittner making a big impact after coming back from that injury, playing the last 3 weeks.
Francis tossed to Clausen. And Clausen's ran out of bounds close to the 20. They'll mark him at about the 19 and a first down. Gets an 11-yard pickup on the play.
Nolan Clausen maybe more involved today than in some of the previous games. Nice contest so far. As a touchdown, he had 12 catches coming into the day. Had the catch for a touchdown earlier. Saw one here in the third quarter as well. They've leaked him out. Another catch there for a first down. And again, the short field, Nebraska Wesleyan looking to take advantage as they get set up by the big turnover.
Francis toward the end zone. That's going to be pass interference as Larson got caught up that time with Dylan Hill. And had that not been the case, I think Larson would have made the catch easily because he was wide open. Other than that, take a look at this
action again. Good time. Yeah, he had a step, although the throw was a little bit high from Francis, but either way, he would have at least had a chance to go up and make the play as they'll talk it over here.
Pass interference on the defense, number 27, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So this will make it first and goal at the 3 of Hastings. And Francis will spread it out. Over across the middle to Davis into the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska Wesleyan.
Francis pass caught by number 82, Connor Davis. That's good for
And Davis with the catch. And with 3:25 to go in the third, Wesleyan adds on to the scoreboard with a point after coming up. Take a look at that again there. Davis with a great catch in the back of the end zone.
Well, just a great design play, another great route. Took 2 defenders out in the corner to cover the far split receiver, and Davis just slipped underneath, had a linebacker on him. Was able to get free there, and nice toss from Francis.
Here's Lorraine's kick, and it's blocked. Second time today the point after has been blocked. But Nebraska Wesleyan now up 40-7 with 3:25 to go in the third quarter. Come back for more in just a moment.
Your life is what you make of it. In Lincoln, some are making it fun. Some are making it successful. Others are making it vibrant, refreshing, economical, creative, interesting. They're making Lincoln home. So, make it young. Make it a family. Make it a booming career. Make it whatever makes you happy. Make your life right in Lincoln.
(40-7), Nebraska Wesleyan over Hastings. Third quarter of action with 3:25 to play. There you see head coach Brian Keller here. Down the sideline, 99 career wins as the head coach here at Nebraska Wesleyan in 18 seasons. Going for number 100 today. And with the win also, this would mark the 10th season in Coach Keller's tenure that Nebraska Wesleyan's picked up at least 6 wins. End over end kick goes into the end zone for the touchback.
Aaron Rain moves that ball off the island, and the Broncos take over on the touchdown.
Lorraine's leg today, he's dialed in. Bunch of touchbacks. Other than the blocked PATs, on the place kicking side of thing, and Gilden's come in and got 2 of them. And he just is very quick off the edge.
Now over Miller. Downfield goes incomplete. And that kind of limited the pattern for Michael Schumacher, and you can credit Seth Wardeen for doing that.
Yeah, it was underthrown, and Schumacher just didn't have a chance to come back. Wardeen was in his path. He had as much a right to the football as anybody, so he just slowed down and used that to his advantage. I'd say this defense today, it has given up some yards, even some big plays. Defensively, they've given up receiving plays of 28, 34, 24, and 17. But they've done the best when their back's been against the wall, coming up with some big turnovers. Good play
Schumacher
there.
with a catch there that time, and Huvendick with another tackle. So 3 minutes and counting here in this third quarter. And again, the most confusing thing about today's game is the fact that Wesleyan's got 40 points, Hastings has got 7, but the stats say the complete opposite.
Another flag on Hastings. Yeah, if you were to take the score off the stat sheet and just look, as we get the word from Fulton here.
On the offense, number 64, 5-yard penalty, still third down.
To finish that thought, and just look at the yardage. You would think that Hastings would be winning this game, as they out-yarded Nebraska Wesleyan by almost 100 yards at the break. They already had 281 yards of offense, but they've had some turnovers. They've had a blocked punt. They've had a blocked field goal. They've had the field goal return for a touchdown. I mean, the special teams has just been an absolute nightmare for Hastings so far. Their offense, on the other hand, not so bad. And when you give the Prairie Wolves the short field on offense, your defense doesn't have much of a chance either.
Over Miller gets out of a quandary there as the blitz was on. He tries to throw, and Fowler could not complete the catch.
Yeah, he did his best to make something good happen there, but
and they'll be forced to punt.
We haven't seen, as you said, haven't seen a lot of blitzes from Nebraska Wesleyan. That front four is so solid up front. They've had their most success, I think, when they just play that base defense and let the front four go to work. But that time they did bring some extra pressure.
Bockel back to punt. Nice kick as Wardeen will pick it up at the 34. Wardeen taken down by Clayton Dean at the 44-yard line, so about a 34 to 44, 10-yard pickup that time for Seth Wardeen.
Again, a fairly short field, great starting field position again for Nebraska Wesleyan.
Last time a kickoff had been returned for a touchdown was against Hastings 2 seasons ago when Tyson Burrish on a 97-yard return 2 seasons ago here at Able Stadium, and now Jones breaks free around the right side.
And Jones almost stumbled over his own feet in the backfield, kind of got tangled up or lost his footing. He was able to stay on his feet, kind of reach out, and that was a very Dustin Bryant-like run. Kind of felt out the hole there, followed his blocker, and then exploded once he had some clear space in front of him. Very similar. He's learned from the guy in front of him.
So 1st and 10. Jones, the ball carrier that time, and that defense for Hastings there. Making the stop, Torrey Warren makes the tackle, the senior out of Norfolk.
We've called his name quite a few times today, whether he's made the tackle or disrupted a play, or he's one of the good ones up front for Hastings.
So 2nd and 10. Francis finds Earhart open at the 21, caught the ball and tackled at the 16. And a 1st down for Nebraska Wesleyan.
That was just a great catch by Earhart. Nice little over-the-shoulder grab. Take a look here. Francis has time. Warren comes late, but lofts it over there. Earhart hauls it in. He was just over the top of the coverage that time. Nice catch by Earhart. There's so many weapons on this Nebraska Wesleyan team. You just one play it's Earhart, then it's Zump, then Bryant, then Jones. Clausen in the action today. Larson.
Bryant gets the carry. And a pretty gritty runner there that time is Dustin Bryant. Kelly McBride makes the tackle on him.
You know what, though, Jeff? That run there sums up Dustin Bryant. That's his style of run. He just fights through tackles. He waits for the holes to open up. Now, he didn't get 14 or 20 yards on that, but he got 7 yards, and now it's 2nd and 3. And now your offense has just unlimited possibilities here on 2nd down.
Time runs out. 3rd quarter is over. We go to the 4th quarter. Nebraska Wesleyan 40, Hastings 7 on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
It's so great that the parks are tobacco-free zones now.
I know it's so much cleaner and healthier for the kids.
Yeah, I agree.
Excuse me, ma'am. Would you mind not smoking so close to the park? It's a tobacco-free playground. Thank you.
Play cleaner.
Play healthier. Play tobacco-free. Tobacco. Play tobacco-free.
Back here at Able Stadium as we begin the 4th quarter of play between Hastings and Nebraska Wesleyan. Here on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network. 40-7 Prairie Wolves. There you see Bill Luxford, the director through 5 City TV, and innovative in getting this Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network off the ground. About 10 years ago, I believe, is when things started to take off, and since then it's flourished here because we're still doing it to this day. And Bill, of course, receiving the Spirit of the Plainsman Award here on Hall of Fame weekend for his efforts in promoting Wesleyan athletics. 2nd down carry this time for Joey Jones, and just short of the 1st down. But of course, you and I have been working for Bill now for several years. Now penalty flags come out. This might be a procedure penalty against Wesleyan.
Or they caught Hastings. Nope.
False start on the offense, number 80. Never got set prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
I think Justin Murr was still trying to get set up in his receiver spot.
Well, they must have seen something there because they went very quick on the football after that play. That was by design. But back to what you were saying about Bill. You know, he really, this big screen out here that they get a everyone here at the stadium gets to take in each game, and now another whistle.
Timeout on the field. So the Prairie Wolves will call timeout. 14:32 to go in the game. 40-7 Wesleyan on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
Your life is what you make of it. In Lincoln, some are making it fun. Some are making it successful. Others are making it vibrant, refreshing, economical, creative, interesting. They're making Lincoln home. So, make it young. Make it a family. Make it a booming career. Make it whatever makes you happy. Make your life right in Lincoln.
So Wesleyan calls the timeout, 40-7 if you're just joining us.
Shorts and T-shirts in November.
Now in Florida, Arizona, Southern California, Texas, Southern Texas, let's be specific.
So after the timeout, they come out completely different formation. They'll spread them out here on 3rd and 7.
Here's Francis. Toward the near side corner to Jones. It goes incomplete, but there was good coverage deep that time. Kinnessy Lowe. Let's take a look at that again.
Just simple fade to the back of the end zone. Good coverage.
And now Aaron Lorraine will come out and attempt the field goal. This will be marked from the 19.
Now remember, they've had 2 PATs blocked already this afternoon.
And I believe one of their field goal was blocked too.
And look for Gilden. He's lined up on the right side of that line.
Here's the kick. The field goal attempt is up and it goes no good.
Plenty of leg, but he put it into the left, but we got a flag down. And I think Gilden might have been in the neutral zone. And if that's the case,
then they'll re-kick
it, and we'll be very close to a first.
Offsides on the defense, number 20. 5-yard penalty. Replay 4th down.
Well, that's where the pressure's been coming from. Gilden has been coming off the edge, and he creeped up a little bit too far that time. And now they'll move him over to the left side. And on the right side is Dylan Hill, who also got a clean block on one. So they've had success on the edge, but now it's 4th and 1. But it looks like they're going to put Lorraine back out there.
So they'll spot it from the 15, or rather 14, 24-yard attempt here for Lorraine. Here's the kick again. The kick is up, and it is good. So 14:20 to go in the game. Nebraska Wesleyan 43, Hastings 7 on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
I had antiques, and my cousins raced stock cars, and I kind of merged the two together to antique cars. Giving old stuff new life. I mean, that's the cool part.
I don't know what it is, digging in an old barn. I really like that. And then the finished product.
We just had accumulated enough projects that we really needed to expand. Union Bank helped us achieve the goal of having our own shop.
They made it easy.
So 14:20 to go in the game, and Nebraska Wesleyan with that 24-yard field goal from Lorraine now leads at 43-7 over Hastings.
So you talk about penalties again, Jeff, and how they've come at unopportune times for Hastings. There, you've held Nebraska Wesleyan, you've forced a missed field goal, and you just line up off sides, and then it costs you 3 points. Yeah, it's 40-7, but it's those type of things that you just want to see focused throughout the entire game, and they've had 11 penalties in this contest now.
Takes a bounce, and it's Brandon McGill who comes in and makes the tackle on the return man, Robnett.
Nice tackle by McGill.
McGill only a sophomore, and he may be a guy that might see some playing time in the linebacker spot next year.
There are a lot of seniors on that side of the football.
So Overmiller gives to Arlt and to Colsty, Fecht, Wardine, And Reeves all over there to stop Arlt on the carry.
One of those guys you just mentioned, 3 of them seniors for Nebraska Wesleyan, honored here before the game, but there's going to be a lot of spots on that defense. A lot of seniors out there for Nebraska Wesleyan. Now they go with a little more of a 3-down lineman row. As Latimer.
Yep, Latimer again.
Now, I know a lot of teams in the GPAC that wish Phil Latimer was a senior. He will be back for another year.
Quite a player, Phil Latimer. 6 foot, 245 pound junior out of Broomfield, Colorado.
And he'll be one of 2 underclassmen on that line, or guys that are coming back. Him and Hunter Hand. They'll lose Kundal and Kolste over there.
So 3rd and long. Over Miller.
That's where he can hurt you.
Flag thrown. Running to the far side. He's forced out of bounds, and Reeves goes flying out of there too.
And it looks like this is probably going to be another hold. I think it was Dunham again who was caught. You can make some things happen. Listen in here.
Holding on the offense, number 62, 10-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
Well, that time it was Mark Nellis, but Overmiller can make some things happen, but when you do that, sometimes you put your offensive line in some awkward situations where they almost don't have any choice but to get a hand out, grab some jersey or whatnot. And that time you choose to back them up rather than take the 4th down and 7.
Statistically speaking, not probably one that Coach Keller wants to look back upon, but obviously when you got 43 points on the scoreboard compared to the 7 for Hastings, you have to be a little bit pleased with that. 3rd down play, swing toss over here near side, and Robnett is the guy that made the reception, and Taylor Gunther and Hubendick were there again for Nebraska Wesleyan. So the clock winds down here, down to about 12 minutes in this game. It's been all Prairie Wolves from the outset. In fact, the first drive Wesleyan had was ended on a touchdown. And this one goes off the side of the foot and bounces out of bounds inside the 40 at the 39.
It has not been a great day for Brandon Backel.
He's had a tough time. The special teams for Hastings has had a tough time today.
They've had some, Backel's had some low snaps to deal with and whatnot. That time just off the side of his foot. He had a 12-yard punt earlier after a low snap. He had one blocked. And again, the short field. So when you look at those stats, you're going, well, they're not putting the yards up. Well, they haven't had to. They've been midfield or better for almost the entire game.
Weedle with the carry. Broke a couple of tackles before he is tripped up at the 35-yard line. He gets a 4-yard gain out of it. There's the future there in the backfield. Him and Jones. We'll see more of those two next year with the graduation of Dustin Bryant. And now Ben Green, there you see, is in at quarterback. He's the freshman out of Elkhorn South. Green at 6'5", 220. So they work out of the I formation. It's Weedle who gets the carry and takes it inside the 35 to about the 32. But when you've got a freshman quarterback here like Green who's been getting snaps, and that's mainly due to Grant Allen, who was the backup for much of the season, that suffered that season-ending injury. You got those two coming back. Francis is going to be back for one more year. So depth, not necessarily going to be a problem next year.
Well, you've seen a lot of those guys listed number 2 at the depth chart get in and play some minutes anyways. There it looks like going to be a false start.
Clausen's going to be called likely for false start. Let's see.
On the offense, number 48, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Well, but so you know, you lose a lot of seniors. You look at starters on the defensive side of the ball that are seniors. You know, all but 4 players defensively are seniors on that side of the ball for Nebraska Wesleyan. But some of those guys coming back, Latimer, Richards is back, Wardeen is back. Underhand there as well. Now Green will pass.
Toss to Weedle, it goes incomplete. And good coverage that time from Hastings.
Well, they tried to set up a little screen play to Weedle, but it was diagnosed very well by the Broncos.
So 10:07 to go, and Wesleyan's forced to punt on 3 and out. And Vandenberg is back to punt.
And there's another guy you'll have to replace.
Yep.
It's Vandenberg, which
he's a senior and
can flip the field for you and pin people inside the 20 so often. It's been a real weapon.
High booming kick.
Again, look at the placement of that.
As it goes bouncing back into the end zone.
It bounced to the left and looked like Preston Franz at that time was hoping to bounce to the right. Otherwise, would have been another excellent job of pinning the opponent deep.
10 minutes exactly to go here in this 2013 season for both teams.
2:44 remaining in the first quarter. Michigan State 10.
And if you look at, you know, it's probably more than likely here, 10 minutes, you're going to finish the record 6-3 in the conference. Depending on how things shake out this afternoon and other places, Dakota Wesleyan was up the last time as Hastings pounds it off the left side.
Fowler, the carrier that time. It's about a yard or two. They'll give him about 2 yards up to the 22.
And if everyone takes care of business as you would expect, and judging by some of the halftime scores, Morningside was tied up with Doane, but so if Doane could get a victory there, they'd end up at 6-3 as well. But you're looking at probably 4th or 5th place in the conference. A conference that at this time, you know, throughout the season has as many as 4 ranked teams.
Ooh, there's a big hit.
And there's going to be a flag in the backfield, I think.
That was Latimer.
It's going to be a roughing as Overmiller still down. Harper is out on the field. Coach Harper, he's excited.
Fowler took a big hit there from Phil Latimer, but there's a flag down.
Overmiller took a big hit back in the backfield.
Watch this hit again. Oh,
yeah, that's probably going to be
helmet
targeting.
to helmet.
And then in the backfield, take a look again. Here's the run. Yes, yeah, he took his hat off and kind of led with the head. Is that Latimer?
Wow. That was Latimer who applied the hit.
Personal foul, roughing the passer on the defense, number 19. That 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
So Fedoris was the one who got flagged. So
look at this hit again from Latimer. Wow.
So Latimer's hit doesn't get flagged.
And of course, as we're seeing this, we're showing this on the video board here at Able Stadium. A few folks reacting to the hit from Latimer.
Overmiller was shaken up on the hit from it was Fedoris that time as he was down. So see how he does shaking the cobwebs out here.
Play action toss goes incomplete. Taylor Gunther with the stop. Schumacher.
Here the Hastings fan looking for a flag over there.
Instead that was Curley. It was the intended target.
Well, he might have come over the top a little bit. Bang, bang play, but Gunther might have got away with one there.
Schumacher, far side, he's the receiver. Near side, it's Curley. And now timeout will be taken by Hastings. 9:08 to go.
Timeout, Hastings College. Their first charge timeout of the half.
43-7, Nebraska Wesleyan with the lead on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
I'm Ryan with LES's Save Money, Saving Energy. Did you know that for every degree you set your thermostat below 68 in the wintertime, you can save 3 to 5% on your heating costs? 3 to 5%. As some people might say, that's hot. Check us out at les.com or do a search for LES Video Vault on YouTube for even more energy-saving tips like this one. See you next time.
Hastings calling the timeout with 9:08 to play. And it's been all Nebraska Wesleyan in terms of the scoreboard. 43-7 our score. There's Coach Keller again on the sideline. A little more than 9 minutes away from win number 100. What an accomplishment. In 18 seasons as the head coach here at Nebraska Wesleyan. In the last 10 years would be averaging 6 wins a season. A running play on the far side. And Rob Nett is forced out of bounds but gets the first down. But, 10 of the 18 years he's coached here, he's had at least 6 wins.
Well, now we're going to break the streak, it looks like, of losing to the Broncos here at home. Broncos had won 2 straight, and like I said, 9 of the last 11 here at Able Stadium, which not a lot of opponents have come in and have that kind of dominance here at Able Stadium.
Fowler with the carry. It's about 2 yards to the 46, but we talked about this too early on in the broadcast too, that Wesleyan has not won their final game at home since the 2004 season. That's when they beat Dakota Wesleyan. So you're talking 9 years ago, the last time that happened.
A little misdirection that time.
And it was Fowler who got the carry to the 45, gets about a yard on the play, and that's it. So 3rd down coming up here for the Broncos. And the clock winding down here with 7:50 and counting. So, for what it's worth, regardless of how this game has turned out on the scoreboard, it's been kind of a weird game because stats-wise, Hastings has really dictated that category. And a pass completion inside the 35 at the Prairie Wolf 33. It's Wallman again with the catch.
Yeah, it's true, Jeff, but you look at the scoreboard, and then I guess if you look at your defense from that point of view, and that's as you take a look here, another strike over the middle, complete. But coming in, they were 4th in the NAI in points allowed at just 16.6. So they're going to more than likely hold Hastings under that, although Hastings on the march here. So, like I say, it's been kind of a bend-don't-break defense this afternoon. They've come up with the big play, the big turnover when they needed to.
Fowler with a carry to the 31.
And yeah, I'm sure you'd like to see maybe a few less yards allowed, but I imagine Coach Keller will have the sentiment of, the one stat you worry about is the final score, and when your defense can hold teams to 7 points, I mean, that your offense doesn't have to do a whole lot. And they've done that and then some this afternoon. And coming in, Nebraska Wesleyan, a huge 4th quarter team, outscoring opponents 90-24, and they just haven't had to today.
Over Miller throws downfield, and it's Curley with a catch.
Curley's had a nice afternoon.
All the way at the 6-yard line of Nebraska Wesleyan. Look how Overmiller eluded tackles to make the throw.
Yeah, that's what he does. Curley catch number 7. And he's over 120 yards receiving now.
Fowler with the carry. Gets into the end zone. Touchdown. There's a touchdown for Fowler. And Hastings scores with 6 minutes to go here in the point after coming up.
Pretty good hole up front that time. Offensive line creating the crease for Fowler.
Hickey's extra point is good. So it's 43-14. Nebraska Wesleyan ahead with 6 minutes to go in the game. Back after this on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
Antiques, and my cousins race stock cars, and I kind of merged the two together to antique cars. Giving old stuff new life. I mean, that's the cool part.
I don't know what it is, digging in an old barn. I really like that. And then the finished product.
We just had accumulated enough projects that we really needed to expand. Union Bank helped us achieve the goal of having our own shop.
They made it easy.
Looking out toward 56th Street from our press box location here at Able Stadium. And Nebraska Wesleyan leads at 43-14.
See if they try the onside here.
And this will go inside the 10. And it will be picked up. And a short-lived return that time. Pancos that time with the return, short return. And Wesleyan will take over at their own 11. So the Prairie Wolves will go to work. You know, we want to talk about winter sports here really quick. Nebraska Wesleyan men last night played Grace University and won 80-64 over here at Snyder Arena. And Ben Green in at quarterback. And the carry that time around right tackle, looks like that was Austin Ruskamp who got the carry. It is Ruskamp. First time he's been in this afternoon in this game. And
we've seen him in some previous contests.
Yep. And he's another guy that is just a freshman and could likely see some playing time next year too.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of the younger guys out there now getting a chance.
Some of the other reserves getting some playing time here today.
Krieger out there at wide receiver.
Green with a toss to Ruskamp. And Ruskamp is tackled across the 20, close to the 21. So third, and we'll call it about a yard to go. 5 minutes to play in this one. As the season begins to wind down, a lot of people to thank that helped make this possible here on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network, and we'll be mentioning their names here in a moment. Third and short. And it's Ruskamp who gets the carry. And did he get it?
Yeah,
let's see where they
mark the ball. It's all going to depend on the spot here. I think he's going to get a pretty good spot.
Yeah, it's close.
The line judge on the near sideline to us gave him a pretty good spot, but that's not the one that matters.
Short.
They're going to measure.
It's close. It looks like he might be short. Let's see what they decide. And they'll bring the chains out to measure. This will be close. Yeah. He might be. Let's see.
Oh, they're going to pull it tight one more time.
Short.
By about a football.
Yep. So they'll be forced to punt. So thanks to all of our fine crew members, there's a lot of crew members to thank. Led up by, of course, Bill Luxford and Bull Wolf. A lot of people that spend a lot of time here every Saturday when Nebraska Wesleyan's at home, getting all the equipment set up, cameras adjusted and set. As this punt goes rolling inside the 30.
What a punt by
Look at that. Vandenberg's punt, they're going to mark it down at the 21-yard line of Hastings. Of course, Brandon Axement, who has been our sideline guy for much of the season. He was working behind the scenes today.
Well, let us forget not the crack sports information stew that helps get us information and insight on the game. Alex Linden always helping us out in any way he can, getting us rosters, stats, inside info, and the athletic director here, Ira Zeff.
And we can't forget about Nebraska Wesleyan University President Dr. Fred Holes, who we've chatted
many times
this season about some of the progressive things happening here on campus. Josh and Steve and all of our other camera crew guys and production staff members all doing a good job as we put a wrap on the 2013 football season for Nebraska Wesleyan. And time flies while you're having fun. I know it's an old cliche, but it's so true. So 2nd down and 9 here. Over Miller will hand it off. Rob Nett to carry, and Brandon Reeves is there to make the tackle. But so much work goes into putting this stuff together. And you make the right adjustments, you know, for your audio and visual aspect, and of course the information provided by Alex Linden. And so 3rd down coming up here.
It was a nice play in the backfield.
Good play in the backfield on defense that time, and it looks like Taylor Tukolsky. Steve Smith, one of the camera guys that's been involved with this production for, well, since the very beginning. And he's seen a lot of Prairie Wolf football here at Able Stadium in his time, and there you see Steve up there and waving up there at the top. And they've weathered a lot of different elements outside. So those are the troopers that put this thing together and make this quite a special production too. So with 2:22 to go here in the game, Nebraska Wesleyan will have the football, and they will have it at the 44-yard line.
Six and 3 to end the season in the GPAC for Nebraska Wesleyan. A solid year.
You know,
just a
6
couple.
and 4, not bad. So that will mark 10 seasons in Brian Keller's 18 years here at Nebraska Wesleyan that they've won at least 6 games in a season. And to carry about a yard on the play.
Well, and another big day that I'm sure Coach Keller will play down and
I'm sure.
Be humble and say, well, the standard line, it's a product of being here for 18 years, but 100 wins is nothing to scoff at, no matter how long you're somewhere.
No, and anymore in this day and age in the world of college football. Also want to thank all of our sponsors, and that would include Union Bank and Lincoln Electric System. They've really helped out here this season in making this possible as well, as Ruskamp gets the pitch from Green and takes it about another yard to the 46. As we close in on the final 90 seconds here of this game. And if you guys in the cameras look down below around the track, take a look at what's going to happen next, because here comes the Gatorade bath to Coach Keller. Caleb Armstrong and Ryan Beebe.
A couple seniors on that offensive line said, hey.
I could see them sneaking up from the track. They were plotting their strategy. And with a minute to go, here's a pitch. Weedle with the carry. And it's going to be for a loss of yards behind the 45, around the 44. But Brian Keller.
100 wins.
100 wins. Played here at Nebraska Wesleyan back in the late 70s, early 80s. And there he is as the head coach with his 100th win here at his alma mater.
High fives for his senior O-lineman. And
that's pretty cool.
Coach Keller can just be glad that he got a 60-degree November day instead of a 28-degree with a wind chill of 14 day. They could have dumped some hot chocolate on him then.
Punting formation here is Vandenberg with the punt. A high spiraling kick. Look at that. And that goes bouncing into the end zone. And what a way to go out for the senior, Kelby Vandenberg.
Yeah, his last 2 punts just outstanding now.
And he gets a big hug.
Yeah.
What a way to go out here at Able Stadium. And there you see Ray Corona, the kicking coach, coming out there to pat him on the helmet. And there's a big smile on Coach Keller.
Well, and let's not forget to thank Coach Keller. He's been doing his coach's show with Brandon as well, and another added feature here at Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
He's been one staunch supporter of this coverage too.
Yeah, you never have to ask Coach Keller for any information or time for an interview or anything like that.
You know what? He's been great with us and
great to work with.
He loves what we do, and we thank him for his support as well. And there's that. That's the final. Coach Keller earns his 100th career win at Nebraska Wesleyan, winning 43-14 today over the Hastings College Broncos. Let's take a break and come back and wrap things up after this on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
Oh, Kevin! Kevin got out, Henry. We gotta find him. Kevin, where are you? Kevin, where are you?
Animal control called. They found Kevin. It's a good thing we had him licensed, or we might not have gotten him home.
Thank goodness they found him. Kevin!
Hi, this is Ryan with LES's Save Money, Saving Energy. Did you know that proper insulation levels can help reduce your heating and cooling costs? You can check your attic insulation level with this very advanced high-tech tool called a ruler. Make sure you have 14 to 16 inches of insulation for maximum energy efficiency. It'll help reduce drafts and allow your heating and cooling systems to not have to work so hard. Think of it as saving money by the inches, $1, $2, $3, you get the idea. For more ways to save, visit les.com today. See you next time.
Nebraska Wesleyan's Brian Keller, the head coach of this football team, finishing the year 6-4, picking up his 100th career win. Being congratulated by his players. And what a great way to end the 2013 campaign. And there will be a special presentation, I believe, on the field as we get ready to switch things over to public address announcer Loy Watley. As we await the presentation here.
I think they're just trying to
get everybody situated.
Coach Keller away. And
if I could have your attention, please, I'd like to direct your attention to the south end zone where Nebraska Wesleyan Athletic Director Ira Zeff and the 2013 Prairie Wolves football captains will present today's game ball to head coach Brian Keller in recognition of his 100th career victory. Congratulations, Coach Keller, on 100 career wins, the first and only Wesleyan football coach with 100 victories.
And there you have it. Coach Keller with the game ball for picking up victory number 100 here at Nebraska Wesleyan. So that does it from here at Able Stadium today. Again, thank you for watching all season long here on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network. We look forward to being with you for football season again next year. So for our entire Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network crew and for Lucas Moorman, I'm Jeff Moats saying so long, thanks for watching, and good afternoon from Able Stadium in Lincoln.
Today's Nebraska Wesleyan University Sports Network telecast was made possible by Lincoln Electric System. Use LES to save more. Union Bank. You belong here. And Nebraska Wesleyan University.